The Florida Residential Landlord and Tenant Act provides the framework for residential tenancies, defining the rights and responsibilities of landlords and tenants. It applies to homes, apartments, and mobile homes rented for living purposes, but excludes nursing homes, hotels, and certain purchase agreements. Rental agreements are at the heart of the landlord-tenant relationship. These agreements must not include clauses that waive legal rights, remedies, or liabilities. If a court finds a provision grossly unfair, it can strike it down or limit its application. In disputes, the winning party may recover attorney's fees and court costs. A key part of rental agreements is the handling of security deposits and advance rent. Tenants often pay a security deposit to ensure the property is returned in good condition. Landlords are required to manage these funds in one of three ways. 1. Deposit them in a separate, non-interest-bearing account. 2. Place them in an interest-bearing account and pay tenants either 75% of the interest or 5% annually. 3. Post a surety bond for the total amount of deposits or $50,000, whichever is less, and pay tenants 5% annual interest. Real estate brokers managing these deposits must use a property management escrow account, keep detailed records, and avoid commingling funds. Brokers are not required to notify the Florida Real Estate Commission about disputes over deposits, but they can request an escrow disbursement order if necessary. Landlords must notify tenants in writing within 30 days of receiving a deposit. This notice must include where the funds are held and whether they accrue interest. If a landlord does not intend to make a claim on the deposit after the lease ends, the full amount must be returned within 15 days. If a claim is made, the landlord has 30 days to notify the tenant by certified mail. Tenants then have 15 days to dispute the claim. Tenants who abandon a property before their lease ends must give at least 7 days written notice. Failure to do so relieves the landlord of providing notice about the deposit, but tenants still retain their rights to claim it. Landlords and tenants have specific obligations under the law. Landlords must maintain the property to meet health and safety standards, ensure plumbing and common areas are in good condition, and provide pest control and garbage removal for multifamily units. Tenants must keep the premises clean, use fixtures appropriately, and avoid disturbing neighbors. Landlords can enter the property for inspections or repairs with at least 12 hours' notice, though emergencies may justify immediate access. They may not abuse this right or harass tenants. Certain practices are prohibited. Landlords cannot disconnect utilities, change locks, or remove doors to force a tenant out. Retaliatory actions, such as raising rent or reducing services in response to a tenant exercising their rights, are also illegal. Violations may result in damages of up to 3 months' rent. When a lease is breached, the law outlines specific procedures. If a tenant fails to pay rent, the landlord must issue a written 3-day notice demanding payment or vacating the premises. For other violations, the landlord can issue a 7-day notice for the tenant to correct the issue or vacate. If a landlord fails to meet their obligations, tenants can provide a 7-day notice to resolve the issue or terminate the lease. Special rules apply to military personnel. Service members can terminate leases with 30 days' notice if they are ordered to move, discharged, or assigned to government housing. Family members may also terminate leases if the service member dies during active duty. These provisions cannot be waived. When a rental property is sold, the current owner or agent must transfer all security deposits, advance rent, and interest to the new owner or agent. The new owner assumes responsibility for these funds. The law sets clear timelines for actions, including 3 days for a notice to pay rent or vacate, 7 days for either party to terminate a week-to-week tenancy, 30 days for landlords to notify tenants of claims on deposits, 60 days for notice in year-to-year tenancy terminations. For foreign landlords, property managers must withhold 30% of rental income as tax unless the landlord submits IRS Form W-8ECI. Managers are personally liable for ensuring compliance and may face penalties for failing to withhold taxes. The Florida Residential Landlord and Tenant Act provides a balanced structure to protect both landlords and tenants, ensuring fair practices and clear guidelines for resolving disputes. Adhering to these rules not only avoids legal complications, but also fosters trust and professionalism in property management.